I'm Michael, and I have a bit of an odd hobby. I really love watching videos and reading stories about acts of kindness that help me restore my faith in humanity. Today, I made part 5 where I put together another of my favorite moments. It's so saddening to see wildlife being harmed by pollution, and that's the case here as we see a man sprinting over to catch a distressed seagull. The poor bird bites the man's hand unknowingly that he is only trying to help the stricken creature. However, the bird relaxes slightly so that the man can help. With the assistance of a pair of pliers, the man cuts away at the fishing line that the seagull has become trapped in and slowly starts to unwind the line and free the bird. Once the bird is free of the mess, the man releases the animal, and amazingly it begins to fly away into freedom, the man shouting with joy that he was able to help save its life.
His friend! He's going with his friend!
It's devastating what man-made pollution can do, but what an awesome moment to see a person doing all they can to save a trapped creature so that it can head off into the world again. Just another day on the job for these officers who are doing a routine roadside stop, unaware of the danger heading right their way. While standing beside their own vehicle, the male officer is discussing something with his female counterpart when all of a sudden he notices an object coming straight towards them and yanks her out of the way. Slamming straight into the police vehicle is another car which has spun out of control from the opposite side of the highway. Both officers narrowly escape the collision and for a moment are in shock before their professional instincts kick into gear. Immediately radioing in for backup, they wave the car they had initially pulled over away and spring to action. What a narrow escape in the line of duty for these two officers. I can only hope no one was badly injured and that they continue to serve and protect their community. Imagine being able to look back on a home video and see this lovely moment of happiness between a young girl and her grandma sharing a dance and laughing. Such heartfelt nostalgia captured from the past. Now, move forward to the present day, flip that old home video moment around and watch as the same two people swap roles. The grandmother, who is now 93 years old, is held by her fully grown granddaughter as they perform the same dance as seen in the home video from years ago with just as much enthusiasm. Isn't it amazing that we have these moments from time to look back upon and share with loved ones? Nothing I've seen beats the cuteness of these two dogs patiently waiting on their owner's terrace for something to appear next door. Every morning, like clockwork, the pair of pooches sit expectantly as the elderly man next door walks over to the window and slides it open, his face smiling at the sight of the well-behaved duo. The dogs are equally as happy to see their 83-year-old neighbor and are each rewarded with a treat for their patience. What a truly wholesome sight with such care and love going both ways. Dogs certainly are man's best friend, and I'd say that this pair have trained their neighbor well. This is Brooke, a young emergency room nurse who works at Southern Hills Hospital in Las Vegas. Today is no ordinary workday for Brooke, who has in fact come into the hospital on her day off, ready to go above and beyond her duties as a nurse. We see her spending time brushing and braiding the hair of patients in the hospital who are overjoyed at having someone come in and give up their own time just so they can feel loved and pampered. Many of the people in the hospital are unable to see or spend time with loved ones due to the COVID pandemic, so Brooke's self-sacrifice is such a blessing to these people. I'm sure it would make the world for many of these patients just to get the chance to talk and have some human interaction in such a lonely time. It really shows that a little bit of compassion and empathy can do so much for people in times of need. My biggest thank you goes out to Brooke and all of the healthcare workers going above and beyond in these trying times. A man spots a stranded dog in a reservoir standing dangerously close to the drop-off. As water gushes over and without hesitation, he jumps to rescue the helpless animal. Onlookers hope for the best as the man slowly crawls through the fast-flowing water, knowing any wrong move could trip him up and send him over the edge. Grabbing the dog by the neck and taking him to the wall, 3 more men climb the fence and form a human chain in the hope that they can pull the pair up to safety. A 4th man comes to join the effort as joggers move past, observing the rescue, and for a moment it seems as though the attempts are futile. as both man and the dog are now too slippery to claw up the embankment. Not to be deterred, the rescuers discuss the best strategy for success and once again link arms as even more people join in on the effort. Finally, through sheer numbers, the chain is able to drag the dog back up to safety, and there are hugs and high fives all around. Such a dangerous situation that fully embodies the caring human spirit. What a story for the rescuers, and what a lucky day for that dog. This young boy is quickly running towards the vehicle, carrying what looks to be an object with two legs dangling down. Is it a stuffed toy? Could it be a doll? He keeps propping up the object as he dashes to the waiting car, trying his hardest to keep whatever it is under his shirt from out of the rain. Opening the car door and hopping inside, the young boy lifts up his top and out pops his little sister. The pair laugh at the wholesome display of brotherly love, and he neatens her hair while she smiles with affection and admiration for her big brother. I don't think Mom and Dad will have to worry about these siblings fighting at all. After spotting an elk in 2019, which had become trapped with a car tire around its neck, Colorado wildlife officials were worried that the animal had died after it hadn't been spotted again. Then, after 2 years without a sighting, the elusive elk was spotted by a local resident who reported it to wildlife officials. The officers were able to safely tranquilize the huge creature and began working to remove the animal's antlers in order to get rid of the tire from around its neck. By removing the tire, they freed the elk of 16 kilograms of excess weight, as well as stopping future harm in case the tire continued to rub or strangle its neck whilst moving. It's so sad and tragic when animals end up in a situation such as this. However, it is great to have a happy ending, and I thank these wildlife officers and local residents for such a wonderful response to an animal whose life is endangered. What an utterly heartwarming story here, with one child showing such generosity to a boy of similar age who seemingly has very little. As one of the boys is on the streets cleaning cars to get by, a window is wound down, and another boy appears and begins sharing all of the different toys that he has. The pair are seen playing together innocently, with the boy in the car having no issue with the fact that his new friend is living a life on the street. Instead, the two continue to play, and the poorer boy even brings over a bag of chips to share together. When the cars start moving, the new friends give each other heartfelt waves goodbye, happy for the brief moment they were able to share. I can only hope that the boy in the car will grow up to influence others into showing as much empathy and compassion as he does. A sincere kudos to this child's family for raising such an amazing young man. The world needs more children like this. After being called out to a fire in a burning house, these firemen were able to rescue this Rottweiler named Joy. Joy had been trapped inside the house and was found unconscious by these firemen due to smoke inhalation from raging fire. Not going to give up on the poor pooch, the team of firefighters set about trying to resuscitate Joy by clearing her lungs, rubbing her belly, and giving her water. Eventually, she regained consciousness as the firemen continued to work on helping her breathe and gave the dog ample water to drink. Well done to those brave firemen who went above and beyond their duty to save Joy. I truly hope that she makes a speedy recovery and is able to live happily once again. It was just another part of my favorite moments. Right now, you can see other parts with amazing acts of kindness that will certainly restore your faith in humanity. See you soon!